Let's see here. We're going to be working on this third building over here today. And we need to find the same material that I built this foundation out of. So I can scoot it over to the right so it doesn't run in to our blue building. And so I'm going to scoot it over a couple of blocks and just make sure that's going to be enough room for the trim of this building. Okay. I need to build this out a little towards the road here. And I'm just going to break these because that's where the floor is going to go. Okay, we have a bunch of Christmas colors, but what color can we do for this building? I'm thinking maybe gold, or like a yellow that is supposed to be gold. Let's go ahead and try it. I'm just going to start with 6 blocks high. Go ahead and finish out the walls. Gold is definitely a Christmas color. And then, of course, we can add like red and green to it. So make sure that it looks like a Christmas building. This one's going to have a lot of windows. So I just kind of want to frame it in because I don't, I'm just kind of making this up as we go. So I'm just starting with the edge pieces and then going up from there. And then I know that this diagonal piece is going to be windows. And then I'm just going to build and break so we have this single file line there. And now we can just build in around the door. And I'm going to just make these windows a little bit smaller. So we have more yellow around the windows. I'm going to pull this back so it lines up with the floor. That way when we put our windows in there, it'll line up. So I'm just going to make this one more taller. 1 extra block high. Hopefully that's not going to run into our next building whenever I go to put that trim around. I think we'll be okay. This thing is getting in my way. I think I'm going to move it maybe around the building. I'm doing every other one. So I did the street lamps and then these light banners, kind of what they are supposed to be, those little flag banners they put across Main Street. So I did one, then the other, then one, then the other. Okay, I think I'm going to mix this with a red, like more of a burgundy maybe. Oh, you know what? There's a red and white block that I think would even be better. Here we go. It's actually a Target, right? But it's the cutest block, and it definitely could be used for Christmas colors. I think these go really good together. So again, I'm going to build and break here to keep that a single file line. And what I mean is like, one row across, even though it's diagonal. So I'm just going to start kind of framing in the second floor to get an idea of what it's going to look like. So I need to do the bottom. No, I'm going to do this top one and then do the bottom. So that'll give us just enough space between the ceiling and the windows as well on the bottom floor. Okay, we're just going to keep bringing it all the way around. This is another place where I'm going to build and break, which I do this a lot. Build and break, build and break. So we can go ahead and grab our light. That row is already filled in for us, so we can just break where we want the lights and put them right above the door here, and then go ahead and fill in around the entire first floor. So I like to put the lights above the windows here so that when it's dark, the window is illuminated. So I haven't made windows over here yet. I'm going to go ahead and fill these in. Break them. And hopefully fill them in with glass. Let's see. Here we go. My second window in the back. And I always break too many. And then we'll make our windows on the third wall. And I'm just kind of doing it as I go. I don't really get to planning too far ahead on these buildings. I kind of have an idea, but it never truly goes exactly how I plan it out. So I just go with whatever happens. Or I just keep working at it, until I like it. So this window is done. And I'm going to go ahead and fill these in because that's going to be the interior. And then we'll go ahead and put the wall. I really like this gold color. It's going to be good for our Christmas village. It's good to stick with a color scheme if you want your area to look and feel a certain way. And this definitely feels like Christmas. Okay, I'm almost finished with the second story walls. And we're going to have to look at our windows here. So I'm thinking, these squares are okay. Maybe I can try something different. I'm just going to break some here and see what happens and put some, maybe I could make a circle. Oh, I like that. Okay, I can't really do that to these because I would just be closing that loop right there. We would just have a smaller window. But on these larger walls, I can make more of a circle window. And that kind of adds a variety of windows throughout these buildings so that not every window is the same. And we'll do the same to these down here on the first floor, making them look circular by leaving those top 2 outer blocks in. You can really play around with your builds. You don't have to follow anything. Maybe I'm just not good at following instructions and that's why I do this, or I just really like to freely build like this. So I like that side. It looks really good. This side, I think I'm just going to follow how the windows are underneath it. And they're just kind of straight rectangular windows. That's going to allow some variety throughout this singular building here. When you're inside, you'll be able to see different types of windows. I think that'll be good.